My name is Edwin Camp. I'm a farmer from the Bakersfield area. I'm 68, and my diagnosis it's been close to 3 years ago now, was bladder cancer. It was actually a tumor was found in diverticulum, or a pocket of the bladder. The tumor was removed, and it was actually a total of 3 surgeries. And I underwent robotic bladder surgery by Dr. Gupta on 2 of those. My initial fears when you get a cancer diagnosis, it's a gut punch, and lots of things go through your head, concerned with what was chemo going to do, what was surgery going to do, what was the outcome going to be. And although my initial diagnosis was at a different well-known medical facility, they were headed only towards bladder removal, complete removal, and not being thrilled with that diagnosis, searched out a second opinion, and it led to a real leader in his field of robotic urologic surgery, Dr. Gupta. Leading up to surgery, there was quite a process. Dr. Gupta never promised that I wouldn't, in the end, have to possibly have my bladder removed, but he did say, we will go through a process, and hopefully in that process, you'll be able to keep your bladder. So the initial tumor was removed, and the second surgery actually was, I'm sure there's a formal name for it, but it was more of a taking biopsies throughout my bladder to see where cancer was or was not. From that point, Dr. Gupta determined that he felt there was a good chance of keeping the bladder, removing that pocket where the cancer was found. No other cancer was found in other parts of the bladder. So the third surgery actually was the the removal of that pocket, and had previously gone through chemo prior to that. The recovery process, well, first I'd like to say that the hospitalization at Cedars-Sinai was a good experience. Very professional, very helpful, and the surgeries, the team, some joking around from me on where Dr. Gupta was going to sit in that robot and so forth, kept it light. But the treatment and the follow-up was fantastic. Minor incisions, and great care. Dr. Gupta and his team, I've been visiting him now every 3 months for 2 years and 9 months, I guess. He's so low-key, so pleasant, and always takes whatever amount of time you need in order to get questions answered, or he wants to make sure you get the best care. So you always know what's going to happen next, what options there might be, and you always feel like you're in great hands with Dr. Gupta because he gives you the facts. He has a nice bedside manner, but there's no promises. But he he certainly produced in my case, and I was so thrilled that I was able to keep my bladder. And now 2 years and 9 months later, I continue to be cancer-free every 3 months with scopes and scans, and that time length will be lengthened out as well. But he's determining that, let's make sure that no surprises. And he's thorough. He doesn't overdo, but he certainly has a process that he wants to follow to make sure you're in the best care and have the best chances. Dr. Gupta really, there's been improvements even in my urologic function, in my urination post all of this, which was a nice surprise, and just, some of the nighttime functions and what your bladder could hold and so forth. It's a little better than it was going through all this process, so I'm happy for that. And I'm still working full time. I'm 68, enjoy what I do, and although I with chemo and the surgeries, had a time period of 6, 8, 9 months that some of that I wasn't able to do much at all, but back at it, and I feel good. I'm grateful for the outcome, particularly given the first option of removal, but to watch Dr. Gupta move through his practices, his processes, and trying to do the best for you, but knowing that he's a real leader in his robotic urologic field, and in my case, dealing with cancer. It was a wonderful outcome. Words of encouragement, always get a second opinion. It was so key here, and I'm so grateful to find Dr. Amit Gupta, his team, and for the outcome that I've had. My family just thinks the world of him for what occurred after what the initial diagnosis was going to be at another location. And so appreciative of the continuing care of Dr. Gupta and his team, and worth the trip from Bakersfield every 3 months now. And Dr. Gupta has to be one of the best in this field. Thank you.